Alright guys, here is how the mock is looking. This is actually the first time I've actually, talked to you guys this episode. Most of it, or should have been all time lapses. So if you saw the haul at the beginning, I did get a ton of these. I guess I can get one out of the bag here to show you guys. A ton of these 8x16 lavender plates, because I did some looking around. This was the cheapest way to get lavender, plates, in decently sized plates to be able to do a big area of terrain like this. So I got like 35 of them or something like that. I don't know, maybe more than that. But yeah, I got a ton of those, so I've been putting those down. If you saw most of the time lapse of me doing that as well, some of the time lapse did get, I don't even know what happened to it, but it didn't record. It got messed up, something like that. So I don't have a lot of it, but you should have saw most of this part being built. So if you see what I've gone for here, I've just kind of elevated it by a brick each time. But at the top, I've done it, 2 plates wide as well as the bottom. So I mean, I'm not exactly sure if this is gonna work out right. I'm really just gonna have to start detailing before I can really, say for sure this is how I want to do it. But I do want it sloping quite significantly, because if you do look back in the episode, it is kind of a hill that they land on and go up on. So I do want to have a pretty significant incline, which I think this is, pretty good for that. And then I stopped it here because the mountain should, kind of curve over to here. I might have to add a plate here and a plate there in the corner just to kind of cover up where the mountain, because it's going to be curving like that. So I've got a couple more plates to be able to do that if I need to. But overall, this looks really, really cool. I think lavender is like the perfect color. And I've actually got a little bit of 1x2s here just to kind of test it out a little bit, which I've used so far to start doing some side detailing. If you guys see my Devron mock, this is something very, very similar to that. I'm not sure if I want to go for this style or do something with slopes. That could be pretty cool looking, so I'll mess around with that either in this episode or the next one. But I've also got another package in since since I've done the time lapse and stuff. And in here we actually have some plates, some more 1x2 plates. So there we got the lavender color. In here I have a medium lavender as well as a dark purple. So these are the colors that I kind of want to experiment with and see which one, or if I want to use both of them for kind of the vegetation parts that I said I was going to be doing in the previous episode. So yeah, I've got those guys there. I'm going to be doing some more testing, or do some experiments with that in this episode, so stick around for that. But if you also notice, the first thing I got in the time lapse is the border around the edges, which I am a huge fan of so far. Obviously it's kind of loose now, not exactly attached super well, but if you do kind of put it up to the edge, yeah, it looks really, really nice. I like the curve there on the corners a lot. I just used a ton of these like 5 brick tall pillars, black pillars. I got some of those in the haul at the beginning of the video as well. So those are what are all lining up here at the front. And then if we go around the back here, you can see that I've just used some 1x8 tiles to tile up the back there. And here's a look of a mock from this front side. Obviously I'm going to be getting some 2x6 plates probably, for the most part. Maybe some 1x2s will help as well, just to kind of fill up these gaps here and make it more of a gradual slope. I also like to mention that I have some more of these Clone Wars style Phase 1 troops coming in the mail as well, which should be here. I don't know if in this episode, but definitely by the next one, because I don't have any of these. It's the only one I have, so yeah, I'm going to need some more of these since these are things I'm going to be using. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and try out some of these plates here, and I'll go ahead and update you guys again. Alright guys, I did a little bit of work off camera, and as you can see, I've got a couple of things kind of halfway done. Got some more work done on the mountain. As you can see, I've added in some light gray in some spots. I do plan on adding them in bigger patches than this. I just kind of want to get a feel for it there, but you guys can take a look at how I've decided to build the mountain. Huge fan of it, but of course that mountain will extend to be about the height of those window pieces up there, so I've got quite a ways to go, but a decent little start there for the second week here. And to the right, you can also see that I've started this little, the side part of the mountain, and I've decided to do this little technique with these slopes where you can kind of make these kind of cracks in the rock, it kind of looks like. So yeah, I think that's a really, really cool technique to kind of fill in this area over here without it just being a plain wall. So I'd like to know what you guys think of this little technique here in the comments. I plan on extending it further, obviously, but Don't want to go too crazy with it, just want to add a little bit of detail there on the side. And as you might notice, I ended up getting these clone troopers in, so I ended up getting 10 of those guys, so I've got a total of 11 now, which I probably need to be getting some more, but I think this is a decent start. At least allow me to make some thumbnails and that sort of stuff, because I did only have one, as I said earlier. And then over here to the left, I also kind of put down some different colored plates, just to kind of test out. So we got the medium lavender and then the dark purple here. So I kind of just put them on the ground a little bit just to kind of test them out. Not too sure what I want to do yet. I think I'm going to wait until I kind of finish up this terrain here to kind of make a decision, so I can get more of a final look of what it's going to be like. So I think I'm just going to hold out on that for now. But I'd like to hear some feedback down in the comments if you have any for the little sample size that I have for you now. That's going to just about wrap up today's episode. Hope you guys are enjoying the build series so far, and I hope you have some feedback for me down in the comments or any suggestions or of some sort. I'd love to hear them. But other than that, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.